Joy News Prime.
This is Joy News Prime with me, Komla Adum. Stories making headlines. Traditional authorities at Adugyama in the Ahafo Ano South District of the Ashanti Region say they will sanction parents who send their wards on errands after 7 p.m. We'll bring you details. And Black Stars thrashed Ethiopia 5-0 in first 2019 AFCON qualifiers. These and many more stories within the next half hour. Do stay with us. Hundreds of residents have been displaced in the Volta region, with communities such as Blekuso, Agaveji, Akpolowoto and Jita said to be the worst affected. Volta Regional Minister Dr. Archibald Lecha says as a temporary measure, residents will take refuge in a school.
I've gone around, I've seen what has happened, and there is need for intervention from the state. I was spoken to the National Security Minister. He is also in touch with the Director General of NADMO and the Minister of Works and Housing to see what we can do to give them immediate relief. At the same time, looking at the medium and long-term steps that we will take to solve this problem once and for all. I realized that the contractors were not on site, Amandi was not on site, and we were just working around the clock to get them back on site. So for now, the immediate thing, we're happy that we haven't lost any life here, and the immediate thing is to get them a place to spend the night. And because of that, the school here will not be in session tomorrow. We're discussing that with the headmistress, the secretary supervisor, the municipal director of education, and the regional director of education, so that we use that place as a shelter for the people, because nobody can predict what to happen again tonight. The chiefs and the people are suggesting that they be relocated, and it's good it's coming from they themselves. The land that they are planning to move to, we need to have a proper layout so that there'll be roads, water, electricity, so that they can build their houses in a more planned way, so that there'll be order.
We'll bring you details of this story from the various regions where tidal waves, we understand, have destroyed several properties and displaced many residents. But away from that, traditional authorities at Adugyama in the Ahafo Ano South District of the Ashanti Region say they will sanction parents who send their wards on errands after 7 p.m. The authorities say this is part of measures to address falling academic standards in the area. Prince Apia has more in the following report.
Community leaders say there is growing levels of promiscuous lifestyles, especially among girls, at the expense of academic work. Achiamehene of Adugyama, Nana Owusu, announced this at a sensitization program for communities in the district organized by local NGO B2C Network. All school-going children must stay home and study in the evening, he says. Any child we see wandering about after 7 p.m. will be taken to the palace and punished. We, the traditional leaders and assembly members, have agreed to punish both the parent and the child. We have set these rules because the education level here is very low and so embarrassing. Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for the area, Francis Manuel Dabo, calls for closer collaboration among stakeholders. He suggests, for instance, teachers of Adugyama Senior High School be mobilized to assist.
About 80% of those girls don't have their parents staying in town. More than 80%. Some of them live with their friends. So taking control of them is not easy. And if you put some measures that if we catch you after 7, we're going to punish you, they won't come out after 7, but they will do whatever they want to do indoors. So I think it's good. They need to agree with the teachers of the school too, so that they will put that fear in them. And then we need to educate them more to know the importance of going to school and becoming somebody in future.
The district came last at the recent basic education certificate examination results. Leader of the local NGO B2C network, John Mensah, is positive such community engagement can address some of the education challenges.
I want to use this opportunity to help transform the negative mindset of the youth. We want to enlighten them, open their eyes to see that there are a lot of good opportunities in life, but it all depends on how you do things, your determination, your attitude, everything.
Prince Apia reporting.
Away from that, Deputy Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Gifty Ichum-Ampofo, says some beneficiaries of a livelihood empowerment against poverty program LEAP will now work as construction assistants. She says the Gender Ministry and the Roads and Highways Ministry have agreed to employ LEAP beneficiaries in rural areas to assist contractors who are constructing roads in the hinterlands. This, she says, is part of government's plan to empower beneficiaries by engaging them in some economic activities to help them raise money to supplement what government gives them.
With the households where the individuals could work, we collaborate with the road sector where contractors which are categorized into labor-intensive division. We collaborate with them such that when such contracts are in these communities, these LEAP 1,000 individuals who are capable of working, but due to one reason or the other, they're not working or they're not getting any work to do, are employed by these contractors as laborers to improve their standard of living. Research has proved that many of the academic incapabilities that we have in especially the rural communities are due to malnutrition. When the mother is malnourished during gestation period, this woman is likely to give us an infant who doesn't have a full development of the brain. So to prevent us having children who are academically immature, we need to help them with LEAP and also educate them on how to feed themselves and feed their young infants.
We'll tell you how Ghana's leather industry could help address Ghana's unemployment crisis in the country in business after the break. Do stay on. Now, Ghana loses billions of cedis annually due to the neglect of its indigenous leather industry. That's according to a researcher at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Dr. Osei Bobie, who is the head of the leather department, argues the industry has great potential which government can explore as a solution to Ghana's unemployment crisis. Love FM's Kwesi Deborah has been exploring the once vibrant industry and how it can propel Ghana's economic drive.
The World Bank's latest report on jobs in Ghana reveals about 48% of the country's youth of between 15 and 24 years are jobless. The population in the age bracket will certainly be higher in the next decade, amid concerns about the country's capacity to contain the pressure for jobs. Amidst such conditions are concerns about Ghana's collapsed leather industry. Situated on a 6.37-acre land, the leather and tannery factory of Kumasi is totally abandoned and now up for sale. Is the government going to buy it for the one district, one factory agenda, or is going to allow a private person to take over? Head of Leather Work Department at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology is passionate about the issue. Dr. John Osei Bobie says it is economically unsound to have allowed an industry with such great potential to address unemployment to die. He blames successive government for the development.
There was a time we interacted with the owners, and their complaint was that the farmers are not taking good care of the animals. How do we blame the farmers? And how do we blame the owner of the factory? Because the government has not paid attention to it. Now you look at Kenya, the government pays serious attention to leather as another major source of income for the country. But in Ghana, I've never heard at any point or anybody or government authority talking about the benefits that we can derive from leather.
Kumasi Abattoir is one of the biggest in the country, receiving 1,000 tons of animals to the slaughterhouse every day. The hide section especially is a hub for youth who are looking for a quick way to make money. Ishel Kwakata has been selling hide for 15 years. Every day, it goes on average for 100 Ghana cedis.
From 30 to 40.
Asawase, a predominantly Muslim community in Kumasi, is home of a local leather and tannery located in an area of the community called Majima. The enterprise was set up over 70 years ago, long before the township was founded. Bawa, a university graduate, inherited it from the grandfather. He is unable to put exact figure to the number of people who have passed through the factory. He puts it at least 2,000. But the once glowing business is experiencing a dip.
In the past, people used to buy leather products, especially in the Ashanti Region here. The traditional wear has always been chow chow, the Ohinim Pabwa. They used to come here in their numbers to buy a lot of leathers to go and produce these sandals for the native people of this place.
Osei Bobie makes and sells traditional sandals known as Chow Chow in Central Business District of Kumasi. He uses local tan leather mostly for his work. Sometimes, however, he would want to use foreign leather because it is easier to work with besides being readily available. Osei believes the weather has been unfavorable for the leather industry. Leather needs sun, but we are battered with rains all the time. William, a shoemaker at Kumasi's Eija suburb, has 25 years of experience in his job. He works with imported leather.
The
locally made ones are not of good quality.
I'm Emmanuel Kwame, CEO of Ahafo Handmade Shoes. I produce shoes, and I usually import leathers. And the prices of leathers sometimes affects our cost prices. We have the demand for the shoes, but sometimes the prices, customers complain about the prices.
One of the highest consumers of leather is the percussion industry. These two snare drums may look the same. The first has long been known, but the second is recent. Aziz inherited the drum business from his grandfather. He used to sell at least 3 pieces every day, but he admits the taste of Ghanaians has changed. Most have now developed taste for the new type of drum. It is non grata in the wildlife society, but an indispensable tool in the local grain industry. The pouch of this catapult, don't be deceived, it is not made from local tan leather, but an imported one. Yakunedu has been selling catapults for 10 years. She admits the leather use is gradually losing its value. She complains it tears easily and expensive. The imported ones are cheaper and more durable. The local leathers are expensive for this type of work, she says.
We consider leather maybe as an art activity or maybe an inferior business. That's probably why we are not paying attention to it. But if the economic people or the economists and other people who are looking for ventures that can help this country, if they pay attention, even go to central market to take stock of the number of people in this leather business, if they visit Asafo market, okay, and look at the number of people who are in this business or the Asafo township, I think we'll begin to change our mentality towards the leather business.
Reporting for Joy News, Kwesi Deborah.
Now, the Black Stars of Ghana thumped the Ethiopian counterpart by 5-0 in the 2019 AFCON qualifiers. We bring you details of that in sports with Asari Bediako after the break.